Little Mermaid and the Magic Stone. Once upon a time, in a faraway village in the south, lived a girl called Zara. Zara lived alone with her grandmother in a hut. Her grandmother was a well-known traditional healer in the whole village. Unfortunately, Zara's grandmother was accused wrongly of being a witch and was banned out of the village. They were known as outcasts and lived at the end of the village. Everyone avoided them. But the villagers soon grew to love Zara because she was a very hardworking and an obedient girl. She was polite, always wanted to help, and respectful. Yet, they warned their children to stay away from her since they believed she was an outcast and could cause bad luck. Zara did not have many friends except for Abu. The other girls ignored her whenever she tried talking to them. This made Zara very sad. Zara's only friend Abu was a deaf beggar, popularly known by the villagers for his beautiful singing voice. Abu's biggest dream was to hear his voice and listen to his songs. Abu's father abandoned him when he was younger, leaving his mother alone to care for him. Abu's mom loved Zara and always visited Zara's grandmother. She was their only visitor. Abu sang at the village market and played a musical instrument beautifully that the villagers gave him money whenever they heard him sing. This was how Abu survived. Zara always took some food to him. Sometimes she sat with him at the market whenever he sang. One day, something mysterious happened as Zara went to fetch some herbs by the riverbank for her grandmother. Zara was alone as usual when she arrived the river early. She heard some sound from the shrubs at the riverbank. This made her very afraid because she was alone and it was a bit darker, so she hid behind the trees. But the sound grew louder. Zara picked up a stick in a defense as she drew closer. To Zara's surprise, she saw a beautiful mermaid with a long golden fish tail. She was a mermaid whose tail had gotten entangled to the shrub at the bottom of the riverbank. She was struggling to get free. Zara wanted to run as fast as her legs could carry her to go tell her grandmother, but the mermaid pleaded, "Please, help me. Don't leave me here. Don't let them capture me. They will kill me." Zara stopped abruptly. Immediately, she heard the mermaid speak. Zara was afraid, but also felt sorry for the trapped young mermaid. She decided to help her. She helped the mermaid cut loose the entangled shrub and set her free and applied some herbs to her tail. The mermaid was happy. "To pay you back for your help, tell me just one thing you desire I do for you and it will be done," the mermaid said. Zara was surprised at the request. Zara wanted so many things, but she had one option. "Go think about it and come back tomorrow with your request," the mermaid said before diving into the deep water. That night, Zara thought deeply. "My grandmother and I are very poor. I would have wished that we had a lot of food in our barn, a lot of farmland to cultivate, and a good house to stay. We are outcasts and we live a lonely life far away from the village. I would have loved that we are set free so I can make some friends. My best friend Abu is deaf and wishes to hear the melody of his voice someday. I would love that my friend Abu gets his wish and hear his beautiful voice whenever he sings. Grandma always says that we may not be very rich, but we have enough to eat and share. One person who truly loves you is better than 1,000 people who pretend to love you but don't. I truly desire that my friend Abu, who is deaf, get to listen to the beauty of his voice." The next day, to Zara's shock, the little mermaid was human. She had legs. She gave Zara a magic stone while smiling. "Say whatever you wish into the magic stone and throw it into the river." Zara did as she was told. Zara was selfless, for she did not think of herself first, but of her friend Abu. Zara ran straight to her friend's house, Abu, to see if her request was granted. Zara, I can hear! Abu shouted, leaping up and down in joy. Zara told Abu about the encounter she had with the mermaid. Soon, the news of Abu's healing spread and Zara's selfless act reached the king. Immediately, he asked his servants to take lots of food and gifts to Zara and her grandmother for her selfless act and freed them from the ban. Zara and her grandmother were welcomed back into the village and were given a beautiful house to stay. Zara had gotten all she wished for and she was happy. Sometimes, one selfless act is the magic you need to set yourself free. Thank you.